Hey guys, welcome back to the CulePodcast. Welcome back to another watch along. Barcelona versus Villareal in La Liga. Barcelona, they're already champions. We still have 2 matches left to be played. Barcelona, they're going to be looking to try to end off our final home game in the Montjuïc with a victory. And Villarreal, they're going to be looking to get a victory to clinch their UCL spot and everything. But today's just going to be a day to enjoy, to watch some football. Hopefully we are able to watch Barcelona get the victory. Hopefully we're able to watch some fantastic Lamine Yamal football and just enjoy the moment, enjoy the feeling of being champion and Barcelona getting the 3 points. Hansi Flick, he didn't make too many changes. I was actually expecting a little bit more. He really didn't make much. The only, inclusions were that of Gavi and Fermín Lopez. Other than that, obviously with Torre Stegen, so only like 3 changes. Other than that, same lineup, and Hansi Flick not really experimenting too much.
Little breeze in the air. Will there be goals in the
There we go.
Well, that's what he'd be hoping for.
Oh, yeah, there's music and everything. What's up, NJ? No way Athletic getting Baena for 30-40 mil. We need to snatch Baena. I haven't seen that report. If that report is true, hold on. No way they're going to be getting him for that cheap. Ooh, El Chiringuito though. Did they have an agreement in principle to sign Alex Baena, 23 from Villarreal? The fee is around 55 million euros. That's the only report that I'm seeing. Hold up, let me see. Baena Atleti. Because for 35 million, that'd be a steal. If it's 55, yeah, that's El Chiringuito though. Let me see. Major break in the coming days, which would be at the beginning of next week. Atletico Madrid will meet with Villarreal to begin talks for Alex Baena. Villarreal is aware that Atletico wants Baena, and Baena knows about Atletico's interest, but negotiations have not yet truly started. Carlos Bucedo will meet with Fernando Roig, and together they will assess whether the scenario can really take shape. Okay, so Atletico, they're actually going for Baena. Okay. All right. All right. Game underway.
Atletico Madrid.
All right.
Any second now.
Why is the referee taking so long? What's up, Thomas? Lewandowski wants a hat-trick tonight and the next game. We want Lewandowski to finish as the Pichichi. He would need, what, 3 goals to tie Mbappe? Let me see. We go here, go stats. He would need a hat-trick to tie Mbappe. You need a hat-trick. And he probably need maybe 5 to surpass him, to guarantee. 5 goals in 2 games? Oof. That's going to be tough.
Thursday night and cycle to the hospital to celebrate with their teammate.
That is going to be tough.
Well, it's the champions who kick
there we go.
In their final home game of the season.
Final home game of the season, guys.
In Catalonia for the last 3 days. Can they finish it off in style and put an even greater gap between themselves and their age-old rivals, Real Madrid?
We heard from Luis Garcia and Shaggy Hislop surprised with the strength of team that Hansi Flick has put out. I like it, to be honest.
Meh. Guys, thoughts on Hansi Flick's lineup? I would have honestly liked to see a little bit more changes. Maybe one or two. I would have liked to see Hector 4, Ansu Fati, for example.
169 goals they've scored so far.
I would have maybe liked two more changes, I would say. And then that would have been fine.
Matches in all competitions.
There's the 4-4-2 that we think that Villarreal will play in.
Well, this game normally throws up a high scoreline. When they met earlier in the season, Barcelona won at Villareal by 5-1.
Lamine.
Last season, when they met in Barcelona, Barca winning 3-2 at one point. Villarreal scored in the 99th and 102nd minute of that game, and were victors by 5-3.
Oh, that was last season, though, yeah.
Is the fullback who's going to have his work cut out against.
Ah, he missed the back heel, Fermín. Good try, good try.
Fermín, who scored the goal.
And guys, it's confirmed. Frimpong headed to Liverpool. Barcelona miss out on Frimpong. That's one less option in the right back position.
Costa across the face of his own goal. Here's Foyt. Parejo, the veteran midfield player, the leader of this Villarreal team.
Oh.
Playing pure football from the back, which is a dangerous game to play.
Yeah, against Barcelona, who love to press the ball, you are taking one or two risks.
I think it goes without saying that Barcelona every season have the
Lamine.
best
No.
possession statistics in La Liga. But Marcelino also plays a possession-style football. They have the third best stats. On average,
Villarreal play a very attacking
And the player that is
attacking style of football.
Parejo in central midfield. Not a particularly good athlete, not very good defensively, but can certainly pass the ball and dictate the pace of a game. The number 10 in central midfield.
Oh, Foyt.
Again, Foyt taking a slight risk there.
Oh, Barcelona's highline cut off.
Barcelona's offside trap doesn't work. That does look as though it's offside.
That's onside.
Takes the chance.
That's onside.
See whether it will count or not.
That's onside. What a goal.
Well, that's the way to play through the offside line, the high offside line. Pepe is a player who's going to play wide on that right-hand side. He's got loads of pace. Was Jose Perez just in front of him when the ball was played? This is certainly onside. He's coming from his own half, so no problem there.
Yeah, it's Cubarsí.
Whether he was ahead of the ball when it was played.
No, he wasn't. So
No, that's a goal.
a good goal, brilliant goal.
Lovely goal.
Finishes a good one as well.
Yeah. Okay.
Hits it back across
Fair play.
Stegen. It's not the perfect contact, but it's good enough to beat the goalkeeper. And a great start for Villarreal.
Well, a reality check for the champions. And Ter Stegen on his return to the Barcelona goal, he's beaten before he's even had a touch of the ball.
Beaten before he's even had a touch of the ball.
Of the season in La Liga for
Okay.
Perez. Lewandowski is looking for the golden boot as the leading scorer. And Pichichi, Jose Perez is looking for the Thara award, which is for the
All right.
Spanish striker.
What's up, Selvin? We can lose 10-0 and I wouldn't give a damn. I just want to see the youngsters ball out. Precisely. I'm not bothered by that conceal whatsoever, honestly. The players were celebrating. I'm not like the players. They're not going to be, of course they want to win, but they're not going to be bothered by being in a deficit.
The Barcelona approach to the way they play is Lamine Yamal.
The guys are just vibing out there. I just want to see Lamine Yamal play. I want to see Hansi Flick. Oh, Lamine. Oh. I want to see a La Masia debut. Is there even a player who we can debut on the bench?
To Pedri.
I want to see. I want to see Ansu Fati. I want to see Hector Ford. I want to see Pablo Victor. Pablo Torre. No.
Martín.
Big night, I would say, for Gavi. Haven't seen the best of Gavi this season. Came back from his long-term injury, started to perform, but struggled to a certain degree. De Jong and Pedri have been the main two players in that central midfield area. So a chance for Gavi tonight.
Well, these last few weeks have been the crunch game, and as you're saying, he hasn't been trusted by the coach.
Oh, nice, Fermín, you're into space. Take a shot. Oh, Fermín. No.
Too many from Fermín Lopez.
Yeah, could he have got his shot away earlier? Did he need to try and
Oh.
make it here? I think if he shoots, he's got a chance of scoring. There's the skill.
Oh, look at that skill. Unlucky, unlucky.
Barcelona play the high line again, and once more it is sprung by Villareal.
Oh.
In the centre, seeking a second diving header from Yeremy Pino, who'd broken free of
Almost
the
a second for Villarreal. Eric better get called up. Man deserves it. Needs his revenge on Franz Mbappe.
He attacks it well. Peña, the player that plays the ball.
Oh, Luis de la Fuente, what? Trusty. Who plays there? With Carvajal injured. Is it Perro? Or
We've got a game on here, haven't we?
who is it? Let me see. Spain.
Just offside.
No, it's Mingueza.
Well, in recent weeks, Barcelona have been a little carefree when it comes to defending.
Well, there you can see he's behind the ball, so no problem for Jose Perez.
Lineup. It's been Mingueza in that match. I want to see in the match before. Is it still Mingueza?
And scored 3 goals.
Pedro Porro.
Inter Milan found the doors open as well.
So it's Porro in this game.
Champions League came here and scored 3 goals. Villarreal dream of scoring 3 goals, and as you can see, he's one very
Mingueza. Okay, so Luis de la Fuente rotates between Pedro Porro and Mingueza. Okay. All right. Mingueza is better. Mingueza looking good. Yeah, he is. He is. He's been able to have a nice little stint.
Espanyol. It's a new look defense. Christensen and Araujo. It's an unconvincing defense against Espanyol, but they kept a clean sheet, whereas this side managed less than 4 minutes before they were beaten.
Well, I mean, it's 2 different games. Barcelona, they won the title. You're not going to be taking conclusions from this match.
Lewandowski.
Simple as that.
From Parejo.
Porro ass.
Gone into Lewandowski this season in those sort of positions, and he holds it up quite well.
I saw some rumors about him linking. No way, Fermín misses that.
By Luis Jr. Martín can't get there, scrambled away. Well,
Oh my.
there, one for Fermín Lopez, one for Gerard Martín. There is Fermín. There's a sharpness about the passing of Barcelona. Raphinha. Yamal. Eric Garcia has found this new position as an attacking right fullback. He's covered most positions for Barca in his career here. Garcia. Pedri.
Ooh, Fermín, what a chance.
Needed the block as well. It was a one foot that got in the way of things.
Well, he's been involved in a lot, hasn't he, so far? Fermín Lopez, all the good stuff from Barcelona.
Okay.
There's the big chance. Good save as well from the keeper. And Gerard Martín just took a fraction too long, didn't he? Certainly no handball.
Fermín's so close to scoring, man. So close.
Pedri. Yamal. Whipped in by Raphinha into that. But they call it the corridor of uncertainty.
The term that was first spoken about in cricket.
Well, I'm not going to explain that to an American audience. Ball comes inside. Oh, Went through a Yothi Perez. Maybe he thought he was offside, which is why he didn't touch the ball.
Certainly they're causing problems down the right-hand side with Pepe.
The Porro guy does not play like a Spaniard. Hope those rumors are fake. Don't want him. Last thing we need is a player from Tottenham.
Any great fear in their hearts. They've won on 2 of their last 3 visits to Barcelona.
Barcelona, they haven't been really active looking at potential options. I just saw a report talking about Luis Diaz, 80 million? What?
Supporters basking in the early evening sunshine.
Pedri. Oh, Lamine.
Lamine.
Ah, no.
Tries to play it through, and I think
Not able to do much.
hoping he'd throw it in at goal. To Stegen.
Rashford. Luis Diaz. Ta is heading to Bayern. Frimpong headed to
Barcelona.
Liverpool.
That's the first time we've seen an image of him since Thursday where he hasn't had a cigar in his mouth.
We're not really going to bring in that many players. Looking at Barcelona transfer activity so far.
All week about Project Szczesny, basically saying that he's smoking. And he generally was. Remember, it's not good for your health.
Something you should remember.
Here's Pedri.
Oh, Pedri. Nice. Good work.
To Lamine. Garcia. Pedri.
I wonder why Balde isn't starting.
Olays from the Barça supporters.
Ah.
Look at the position that Stegen is taking up. It's almost 15 yards outside his box, waiting for that ball to be played over the top.
Good work from Stegen right there.
Looking to spring the counter.
Seems like Flick satisfied with Pedri, Gavi, Casala, Bernal, Frankie de Jong. I'm fine with that midfield, but I do think that we need injuries. I mean, reinforcements. The injury boost is going to be a long way. Call up some youngsters and bring just one left wing.
The goal you were talking about in midweek against Espanyol, what a goal it was.
See, but I'm of the mindset of just like assume worst case scenario. Assume two to three players are injured in each line. Let's say. Well, not in each line, but in total. So assume one of the front 3 is injured. Assume a midfielder is injured. Assume a defender is injured. If it's one of the fullbacks, I think Barcelona could be in trouble there. Gerard Martínez, he's done a job, but you want more. Eric Garcia, he's done great at right back, but you know, do you want a different profile? In midfield, I think we're good. I think we have multiple different options. Let's assume that Pablo Torre leaves. Okay, give more protagonism to Fermín Lopez. Up top, I think that's where we're the weakest. Rafa got the color braids. Broski ain't leaving anytime soon. Yeah, that's true. Look.
Villarreal, it's in their hands. If they beat Barcelona, they are in the Champions League next season. Also, if Betis lose. At the moment, it's win-win for them.
Look at this. What a guy. What a guy. What a turnaround as well. A lot of people were calling for his departure. Me included. I said, hey, if a big offer arrives for Raphinha, sell. I was saying, hey, the 100 mil offer from Saudi arrives, sell him. Thank goodness that Raphinha decided not to.
Martín over there is the partner for Raphinha again.
Oh, look how forward. Oh.
Out of defense, but now he's got to scramble back. There's space for Barça to exploit.
Love his story. Glad he succeeded.
He tries that a lot, doesn't he? Yamal, the outside of the boot, bending it into a dangerous area. Didn't quite get
and it's such a shame that we weren't able to win the UCL, man. Because I reiterate that. Raphinha had an all-timer UCL season. He matched CR7's historic best UCL campaign. His goals and assists.
To see Yeremy Pino fully fit again. Had issues last season.
Oh, crazy.
Operation in November. There's confirmation of how the table stands at the moment. An 8-point gap between Villarreal and Betis as it stands.
Oh, they're offside right there.
Lewandowski, I think he knew he was offside.
Yeah. Fermín to overtake Olmo as a starter soon. My guy balling out as of late and more reliable. I just think that Olmo is just going through a bit of a rough patch. I think in this situation where he isn't, you know, performing, then you could bring on Fermín, who is playing well in these last couple games. But I think it's good to have that option to say, hey, when a player isn't performing well, just bring on another.
It was a coming together on the halfway line, but taking a risk when Gavi is effectively playing in a central defensive role. He has floored Jose Perez. Referee is allowing play to continue, a little unconvinced. Barcelona sportingly stopping play. Check on the
what happened here?
Villarreal striker.
Well, that was a good setup. Bit of set-up play by Villarreal. Ball set back here. And there's the ball played in behind. Gavi knows what he's doing there. He didn't win the race against Jose Perez. I think the goalkeeper would have come and got it. But we've seen it with Jong. Gets caught in those positions because Barcelona's fullbacks play so high up the field. Here's the goal. This pass is too easy. It's a simple pass, just in behind into the space.
Yeah, it was a good goal. End of the day, almost is the undisputed 10 for us, even if he's injury prone. That's true. That's true. It's because I think he's the most talented 10.
Sure, Shaka Hislop will say how difficult that is to save. Goalkeeper having to just move his body.
I will say that.
And the ball played back across him.
Have this theory that the strikers stay.
I feel like Olmo goes to a lot more games than Fermín does. Although I love what Fermín offers off the bench, kind of like a 12th man.
The VAR's quite a lump on his hand.
It's the fall. Like, what are you crying about?
Shaka will tell you that's an occupational hazard for a goalkeeper, and if it's one of the knuckles that's out of place, you can often just click them back in. It's painful.
Yeah, it's 2 or 3 seconds of pain, but it's better than it being dislocated. Here we go.
This is going to hurt you more than it hurts me. Turn away.
What, did he dislocate his wrist or something? I can't really blame Inter at all. It's their last. They were hungry. I mean, it's simple. If Araujo doesn't make those mistakes, Barca go through.
Martín finds Raphinha. Raphinha hangs it in the air, but Barcelona dropping from the standards of this exceptional year. In year 2025, they haven't lost in 17.
Oh wait, I think Gavi steps on him.
Has done the damage.
He stood him, didn't he? I think by accident. The initial foul was, in my view, a foul. But as he fell to the ground and he was taking his next step, Gavi trod on that left hand of Perez.
Celta now tying with Rayo Vallecano. Rayo hoping for a...
Surprising that Gerard Martín is having a good run of games. A solid 6-7 starts.
They may make it into a Champions League spot.
Right there.
Martín.
But the conversation of Olmo and Fermín is an interesting one. I think Hansi Flick, you know, he trusts, and I agree. Olmo is a starter, but I don't think it's to the point where he's undisputed.
Clattering in, such as his style.
Well, that's a sign of how far the fullbacks do get forward. Martín,
I think he's the #1 option, but if he doesn't play well, then that's when we bring on Fermín. Can't wait to see who we call up next season, though. Yes, I'm excited. I'm excited. Gavi already 2 fouls, yeah. But the player I'm most excited about is Marc Bernal. I want to see Marc Bernal. I want to see what he can do. Obviously, start Fermín at some games. No, of course. But even in some big games, where you know, you're playing in the UCL or maybe no Clásico, you start Fermín over Olmo. Good try. It's going to be like that. Junior. That's a shout. That's a shout. And Daniel Rodriguez, if he can stay healthy. It's crazy that that little like clash had Daniel Rodriguez have a shoulder surgery. That the recovery is 3 months. All he did was just put his arm out like that. Crazy.
Martínez, Martín.
Oh.
Pedri. There's a high-risk brand of football that has brought Barcelona the success in La Liga this season. Fermín Lopez. Lamine Yamal.
Oh no!
Well, he got that.
Lewandowski's so close. Bad sign for things to come. Tony Fernandez a must. What a cross from Eric Garcia. Eric Garcia is looking more and more comfortable in that right back position.
Roll it back to Garcia, and this is what I like to see. An early cross come in. Lewandowski is good in the air, but what a good save as well.
Pedri. Lamine Yamal, another Barcelona corner.
Another corner.
Will love that,
what a save, man.
Look, he just played the ball into a good area. There it is. Gets in between.
It was close to the keeper.
Great leap from him.
If Lewandowski was able to have an angle on it.
Save as well.
He's been sitting on 99 goals for Barcelona for a few weeks now. Luis Junior punches away. Martín. Miguel Martínez. Parejo.
Good work, Inigo. Good pressure. Only thing I wish Eric did more of is quick 1-2s and run 4s. It's the thing that... oh, wow. Cubarsí versus Pepe.
He may have to go all by himself.
Oh, sant.
Puts Cubarsí on the floor. Dances with it. Not the best of finishes.
Well, Garcia wanted a free kick at the other end. He miscontrolled it. I played it too firmly. And it wasn't a good challenge on him. He got to the ball first. He slid in. On the counter-attack, 1v1, Pepe looks a dangerous player.
Good work.
His form after that poor spell at Arsenal.
Good work from Cubarsí right there, reducing the angles.
72 million English pounds.
Oh, Lewa. Hey, that's a foul. Great work, Lewa. Great work.
Now, I'm not sure the free kick should have gone in Barcelona's favour, and that's what Villarreal are thinking as well here. Because Fort is now favourite to win the ball, and Lewandowski almost kicks him in the back. But he's won the free kick here, Lewandowski.
All of the Villarreal players within 10 yards of their own goal.
No. Good try. How is that not a foul? These ESPN commentators, they're so annoying. They're so annoying. They're absolutely horrendous. And it's crazy that they're the only ones like that where you can watch the game.
Take the option not to renew for the season until they got back to the Camp Nou. They've been on this incredible run.
Their analysis sometimes is just horrendous. Or you're just thinking like, I just want to watch him mute.
But it's just not about the results. It's about the performances, the style of football that they've seen. Barcelona fans, and we've all seen, rarely is it a dull game. They're 1-0 down here, but still creating chances.
Oh, Lamine with control. There's Premier Sport. They're also have the rights to La Liga? No, I still put the audio, but that's because like I want to hear the ambience from the stadium. If I could mute the commentators, I would. But I also have it for the stream so you guys can hear the audio from the stadium.
Raphinha. Daring 1-2. Martín. Pedri. Uncertain. Did very well there.
What a save. What a save. The thing is, they also shit on Madrid also. They're just so biased for English teams. Trash-ass commentators.
He did. Not quite what he meant, I think.
Well, it is what it is. You know.
Marcelino's always been a coach who has prided himself on his defensive play. And
Lamine. Ooh, Lamine.
no.
No.
Villareal. Lopez.
Oh, what a pass.
Always the keepers though.
Close, man. Close.
Almost a brilliant ball. Great vision. Good run, I think, from Raphinha. I think he'd broken the offside line anyway.
Looking good for Villarreal. Back in the champion.
Raphinha.
Raphinha's shot. No problems for the goalkeeper.
All right, not the best one.
Space, Raphinha. Scored some great goals this season. Hasn't quite been as good as he was.
Hydration break. Cooling break.
Half of the campaign where he was exceptional. Got a cooling break here.
Yep, the weather is hotting up in Spain.
Campione, campione. You hear that throughout the stadium. We look good even if more than half the squad hung over. Hansi Flick, he was saying it. You know, like some players even went to party out last night.
Atletico leading Real Betis by a goal to nil. Alvarez with a goal in that game. Celta against Rayo Vallecano is 1-1 at the moment. Leganes leading against Las Palmas. Leganes trying to get out of the bottom three. No goals between Mallorca and Getafe. Osasuna leading Espanyol by a goal to nil. Budimir the scorer there.
And what's crazy is that Villarreal, they have to win this game, I think.
Sociedad beating Girona by 2-1.
If they want to like make sure they get the Champions League spot.
And just about safe this season. Alaves 1-0 still against Real Valladolid. No goals between Sevilla and Real Madrid. Nor Valencia.
I like British commentators. They make the game so entertaining, especially how they do it. American commentators just plain boring. The ones that I love the most are obviously the Arabic commentators. The way they show emotion in the game is phenomenal. I love hearing them, even though I don't understand anything. You just enjoy it. But also Spanish commentators, specific ones though. The ESPN ones, they're just trash.
If you pick out the right pass, if you pick out the right run, but you're going to have to defend well. Block the space. Fermín Lopez is having a bit too much space in there at times. And for Hansi Flick, maybe just to get your crosses in a little bit quicker when it comes back to Eric Garcia, like he did for the one where Lewandowski heads it.
A cube of ice to cool him down. Okay. Whatever happened to Foyth, hyper on him died. Simple. It was Xavi who wanted him. It wasn't the club. It was Xavi who wanted him. Xavi left. And all rumors of Foyth to Barca ended. You be hearing them singing about their love. Foyth at best a rotational player. Xavi wanted Barcelona to pay what, like 50 million for him? 40, 50?
Here's the press from Barcelona. They've got out of it fairly well here, Villarreal. Oh, the touch wasn't quite good enough. A better square touch, and then he'd have played it with the outside of his boot, and Villarreal would have been in.
Foyth would be what Eric Garcia is. Simple as that.
Cubarsí, the player that got caught.
Ooh, he steps on him.
Touch on the ball. There was no intent there from Jeremy Pino. He's actually trying to play the ball with the outside of his boot into the run of the wide man.
That's a foul, but that's it. It'd have been a waste of money. I agree. Not for that price. Not for that price tag. I think Foyth would be a very good addition to this team. But
scored in every La Liga game in 2025.
Not even. Eric is clutch and would come on before Foyth. Just a waste of money. No. I would say he'd be a similar player of that Foyth. You know?
Leganes in December.
Ah.
Oh, did well. Extended his legs to keep it in play. Gavi.
And I'd say there was only one game. Here's the run you were talking about from Yamal. Just can't get any power in the cross. There's only one game where they didn't look as though they were going to score, and that was against Real Sociedad, that first game you mentioned. Just didn't perform on that occasion. If I'm right in saying, I don't think Yamal was playing at the time.
Raphinha hasn't yet imposed himself on the game. Martín. Pedri.
See, but Raphinha is a GA magnet. You're not going to be... Oh, no. No!
Lewandowski doesn't have the space to react.
Ah, Lewandowski a little bit too slow reacting.
He wasn't aware of the challenge coming in. He was opening up his body to strike it. Again, Fermín finding that bit of space. Gets himself turned.
Lovely work from Fermín.
It's the fullback that
Ah,
comes
good
across.
try. Good try, boys. Good try.
Barcelona.
Who do you think the big transfer will be when we reopen the stadium? Big transfer. I think if Barcelona had more funds, I think it would be Haaland. I think it would be Haaland.
Lamine Yamal, they're chipping away at Villarreal.
Great winning of the ball.
But this summer, I don't see a big star coming in.
Taken quickly this time. Change of tack from Barça.
Max, Nico Williams. Nico Williams, necessarily.
Raphinha.
And I think Nico Williams would be a great fit for this team. Oh, good try.
Comfortable save, though he was a little
But
outside of his
58
zone
million for
there.
after this season.
Surprising source of goals in recent weeks.
He's been better in the second half of the season, but
Inter Milan.
when you want to pay 58 million for that,
Crosses causing Villarreal problems. On the
I'm glad
angle,
Eric and
Pedri
Ferran had a
players
resurgence in their
running into the
career.
box.
I knew they were good as
Garcia
long as they were utilized correctly.
Helped on again. Just punched in the air by
They're not going to be starters.
Junior.
They're going to be quality players to have in the squad, but if you're expecting them to...
Lamine. Pepe. Navarro.
Oh, nice.
Mistake gives Barcelona the chance.
No, I don't think Eric should have made that pass to Lewa.
Does well to get them out of a tight spot.
I don't want Haaland.
They
He's
got
going to be
lucky
static the way we
Villarreal
play.
there.
I'm saying that in the way of just like Hansi Flick would... I mean, John Laporta, he's a big fan of Haaland. He's already gone after him. Didn't have the funds. It'd be either him or Leao,
Hand to it.
I would say, for a big money move signing.
Perez. Pino came inside. Pepe who takes it on. Cardona.
Nice, Garcia. Striker for sure. Probably why they're okay to extend Leo's contract for a year. Yeah, I think they're going to be waiting until 2026.
They went to sleep there.
Nico can be the decoy. Who do you want then? Fucking Leal, the guy. So no, Andrew. The question was if Barcelona, if they had like who do I think is going to be the big transfer? I'd go after Julian Alvarez.
Some work, doesn't he, Robert Lewandowski?
I think a Julian would be fantastic. I think he ticks all the boxes.
In both boxes. Defends that near post zone.
Maybe the difference between Lewandowski and other centers.
I think a striker like that would be okay with our quick counterattacks.
So many defensive headers.
We don't need a striker who links up with the wingers and midfielder like Suarez did. Oh, Lamine, you're through.
They've committed players forward here. Barça break at speed, but it's a poor pass from Fermín.
It was also a poor pass from Yamal.
It wasn't a great pass from Lamine.
Just sent Fermín a bit wider, and he was trying to just whip it back into the space.
Yeah. We might just need a striker who puts away goals and also a big physical threat for aerial duels. Isaac.
Pedri. Yamal. Garcia. Lamine Yamal. Trying to create the gap. Oh!
Lamine is so bloody good, man. Lamine is so bloody good.
What can you say?
Back-to-back games. He's just aiming. You know where he wants to. You know where he wants to put the ball, and you can't stop him. This kid is insane.
Well, it was in his mind as soon as he picked up the ball.
He picks up the ball, and you know where he wants to put it. It's sort of similar to that of Robin.
Left foot to find that bit of space. It doesn't come, so he does it again and again until the space was there, and then he's still got to hit it well. Watch again here.
Look at that! Look at that!
Starts to come inside.
Pass out Garcia. Pass back. Fake shot. Fake shot.
Can't get his shot away from the second one, but the third one he does.
That little feint.
Espanyol. It's his trademark, cuts inside. And then
Oh, what curler, man. Oh, exactly like Robin and Messi.
And he whips it in between the two defenders.
You know what he's going to do, but still can't stop it? Yeah.
Gets some distance on his dive, but not good enough.
Yeah, and that's his trademark celebration. We're the luckiest club in the world.
For the records, his
Generating players, I think we're the only one who does that. But at the same time, Selvin, like, we're at the same time, we're like the most unluckiest. You're telling me in all of our UCL campaigns, you know, I like some of the things I've gone against us is just crazy.
Gavi.
Leole, campeones, campeones. Robin is a shout. Yeah. Ah, good try.
Now Villarreal getting stretched left, right and centre, particularly on this right-hand side by Yamal.
Look at how...
Nudged off the ball by Yamal.
Oh, Raphinha.
Ball through, Lewandowski rebalances, loses his footing.
Oh, Martín.
Martín
So close.
Pepe finds a way out of defence for Villarreal. Parejo. They've got the spare man here in Cardona. Cardona with the early ball in. Anywhere will do for Inigo Martínez.
But when they do counter-attack, they look threatening. And it started again by Pepe down that right-hand side. Inigo Martínez got himself back into a good position eventually.
19 goals plus 25 assists in all competitions. Ah, that kid's the best player in the world, man.
It's a breeze in the face.
Kid's absurd.
Stegen, making it difficult for the goalkeeper to judge it. Lamine. Very Garcia.
Look at the goal.
You do make some excuses for goalkeepers, don't you? Bit of a breeze.
I'm sure Shaka will side with me when we head back to the FC studios.
Oh, nice Fermín. Ah, not the best pass. Just as I say it, man.
A view from pitch side.
That's why I want Laporta to win the election again. He does some sketchy shit, but he knows what's best for us. Overall, when you look at his second tenure, yes, there are things you can criticize. The Messi saga, the Xavi saga, you know, some of the levers that we pulled. But overall, guys, he's managed to rebuild the club in what was, you know, dire financial you know. Oh. No. Nice. Ah. Calls a foul. He's been able to rebuild the club, and we've become winners in what? The span of 2-3 years?
I had a stat up earlier on saying Parejo has completed 94% of his passes, and I think it was Pedri 95%.
Do you think Flick would have this high line if it was no VAR? Nah, I don't think so. I don't think it wouldn't be so advanced. Because there would have been goals that would have been given without VAR. When you look at the president, we had... Yeah.
Raphinha, the players, of course, will head off on international duty at the end of the season. He's flown in. They took it very quickly.
International duty. Is there international duty? What? It's Nations League. Let me see. Nations League.
Up the chance on his right foot by cutting inside.
Oh, start of June.
He's been playing in the number 10 role. Oh, what does the referee not like here? Garcia must have used his elbow here.
I think Eric Garcia and the referee have been having a running battle in the first half.
Well, I think he just lifts his arm and almost the fullback runs into it. Does swing it slightly. He agrees with me, Hansi Flick, I think.
See, I think that rule at times is just nonsense. Okay, so Nations League, start of June. I don't think that there are World Cup qualifiers. Are there?
Maybe 3 years, but
World
to play really well here in this
Cup qualifying. Oh, they are, yeah. On June.
Manchester City.
As well, okay.
Got sent off twice in the same season.
June 5th, Argentina versus Chile. June 10th, Argentina versus Colombia, okay. Any other good games? Ecuador versus Brazil. And that's pretty much it. Okay. So you're telling me that right after playing World Cup qualifiers and international games in the Nations League, these players are going to have to go play in the Club World Cup?
That's just 2 points above the relegation zone. Barcelona may have condemned them.
Lamine, find level, find level.
There goes Lamine Yamal, looking for a second.
That's a terrible pass, Lamine.
He knew what he should have done.
Ah, it's okay.
Supporters were expecting him to lash it in again from distance.
Good try, good try. Good try.
Fermín and Raphinha.
Yeah, so
Quite get it right.
basically 5 days after these guys play their...
It's all been coming down this right-hand side for Barcelona.
Wow. These players are going to be playing...
Forward runs. As a left-back for Barcelona will do, whether it's Balde or Martín.
Well, they found an extra 5 minutes to add to the first half.
So much football is going to be playing.
For the goal celebrations.
We're dominating possession? Yeah, it's been all Barcelona so far. Villarreal qualified in the UCL already? Is it confirmed? I thought they would... I thought if Betis win their last 2 games, if Villarreal lose their last 2 games. Let me see. Table. Oh wait, if Real Betis lose, then yeah. If Real Betis lose this game, then yeah. Oh, it's against Atletico Madrid too. Ugh.
I was talking some of the English papers that Man City were looking to bring Eric Garcia back.
Look at that.
Etihad.
Because La Liga got 5 spots. No, I know they have 5 spots, but for example, looking at this table right here, if Real Betis win their game today, then they go up to 62 points. If Villarreal lose, they have 64, and if they lose the second game, their last game, and Real Betis win, then they surpass Villarreal. So it's simple. Real Betis have to win their last 2 games, and Villarreal have to lose. Anything else, then Villarreal are confirmed.
When I was playing, the goalkeeper would pick it up.
It's 65, yeah. No. There's going to be so much football being played this summer, guys. International fixtures, then it's going to be the Club World Cup. Either or, Betis will play Europe if they win. Yeah. Now it's whether they're going to be playing Champions or Europa.
Season is over and he's going to have to stick at 19 goals.
Here it is again. Don't get tired watching this. The touch there takes him inside, then he has to go inside again. Another touch before the defender comes out. And then just gets his shot away with such accuracy, such power.
Ooh, good try.
Well, that is sad to see. Jose Perez was hoping to get to 20 goals, becoming the 4th Real player to manage that ball all the way. Hoping to join a list of Solo, scored 23 last year, Moreno, 23, Diego Forlan, 20 years ago, scored 20 goals as well. It would seem that Tayon Buchanan may be the player that Villarreal may bring on to fill the gap. Also got Diego Barry. It may be that Marcelino doesn't make the change until half-time. Can they hang it in there, though? Marcelino just double-checking with the 4th official. You're going to stick to 5 minutes, he said. Fermín Lopez. Lamine Yamal. Leaves 2 for
Ooh!
Sensational again.
Hits the puck.
I don't think he knows how he does
Oh my god.
Hey, fans inside this Olympic Stadium getting their money's worth from the teenager. Fermín. Yamal's touch. Eric Garcia.
It's Europa League, not UCL.
Lopez.
Oh, Fermín Lopez.
Under the keeper, and he scored 2 in 2 matches. Fermín Lopez, right on the brink of half-time. Now they're playing like champions.
There we go.
After a wonderful bit of skill earlier on in that move from Yamal, hitting the crossbar.
Another goal for Fermín.
Fermín Lopez, he's looked a real threat in that number 10 role. And when it came back out to him, the first
I'll repeat again, Fermín over Olmo.
strikes through the back of the ball.
Ah, look what he said. He said 4. He says disallow that one. What a goal from Fermín. On the volley too.
Almost trying to get a touch on it here. And it just goes straight into the corner.
Oh my gosh.
With the outside of his boot. Very good goal.
What a goal from Fermín. What a goal from Fermín.
On the medical side, why haven't we got 11 players on the field? Make a decision.
Even if you have 11 players. Then they could have slowed the play down by making the substitution, but Barcelona on the front foot take the lead. Well, they came here as party poopers. Villareal, Yothi Perez scoring after 4 minutes of the match. Sadly, he's going to play no further part.
Party poopers. I don't understand that. This match literally does not matter.
Nutmeg here, no, goes in between the two players. There's the goalkeeper, I think.
Oh, so close.
Well, he puts a smile on people's faces and he plays with a huge grin as well.
So close right there to making a second. Look at that.
Lamine Yamal, Fermín,
marked by 2, beats them, takes the shot. Goalkeeper, similar to that of the shot against Jan Sommer.
On the champions who are showing no signs of a hangover after their 3 days of celebration. They're playing their flamboyant cavalier football and leading 2-1 half-time.
Some players.
Half-time. Solid. What a goal though. Volley and weak foot, kid's a baller. Fermín, he's gonna have more and more protagonism. And he's getting better. He's getting better as well. Lamine had the same shot in the pass against Inter. Yeah, he did. I was just saying, yeah. The same shot against Inter. Same exact sequence of play. Goes inside, goes for goal. Keeper makes a save, hits the crossbar, ricochets. You're thinking, what could have been, man? What could have been? Now take off Lamine, Pedri, and Rafa and let the other guys some game time. I take off Pedri. I take off Lamine Yamal. I'd leave Lewandowski on. I want him to, to grab a couple goals. I'd bring on Pablo Torre. I bring on Ansu Fati. I'd even bring on Hector Ford. Congrats, Fermín, another international trophy. Another international trophy to win. Yeah, he's most likely going to get called up for Spain. Well, what's the Nation Leagues again? What's Nations League? What's the matches? So it's Spain, France, Germany, Portugal. So a rematch of the Euro semis final. On the Euro semifinal. Was it Spain, Germany in the semis, or was it Spain, France in the semis? In the Euros. What was it? Let me see. Euros. It was knockout. Yeah, so Spain, Germany was the quarterfinals. Spain, France was the semifinal. Okay. Yeah, France versus Spain. That decides who gets the Ballon d'Or. PSG lose against Inter. I mean, I think the only real shot. I mean, Dembele has been great for PSG in this season, but I don't think he's been the best player in the world. I think if Dembele doesn't win the UCL, I think it goes to Lamine Yamal. When you look at it, by next year, Fermín, Olmo, Pedri, and Lamine can complete international football next year if they win it all. That's true. But that involves us winning the UCL. I need that to happen. He indeed has not been. League One overinflated his stats. Yeah, people are just bringing his stats. When I look at him, he's had some great games, but it's not we're saying, oh my god, he's by far the best player in the world. No. Even for example, in the tie against Arsenal, he got his goal. Against Arsenal, but his performance wasn't that great. I can't end this season knowing Lewa didn't get his 100th goal for Barca. Mustafa, it's happening. It's happening, Mustafa. Just get one goal. It's happening, boys. He was close. He just needed to get to, to score that header. Unlucky, though. Unlucky. But I have to continue talking about this Lamine goal. Hey, respect to Villarreal for giving us a guard of honor as well. Liga 1 isn't as bad. It's a good mixture of every league. No, Liga 1, quality league. Not the best league, but quality players. Quality players. I'm talking about Dembele specifically. Also, I would love it if that league had like another heavyweight, because the only heavyweight is PSG. Really, I'd love maybe like 2 or 3 heavyweights being put into that league. If Marseille had some more money, if Lyon had some more money, they'd be able to compete with PSG. But man, it's just turned into a farmers league at that point. That's it from the keeper, man. Oh, so close, so close, so close. So bloody close. Mbappe. 0-0 between Sevilla and Real Madrid. 0-0. Oh, yeah, that's cooked. Confirmed. Villarreal in the UCL. Confirmed. Atletico Madrid leading 2-0. Simple as that. Their city rival can end up in 4 or 5 years. Who, NJ? Who's Paris FC? Paris FC. They were promoted to League One, but I don't think they're going to be. They would need massive investment. Massive. What I think they're going to be is like a Barcelona Girona type of vibe. Leganes relegated? It could be today, Grandma. Okay, so let's look at Ligue 1. No, it's League 2? League 2? League 2? League 2? Ligue de France. Where? League 2. Paris FC promoted. So you see them right here. What's their team? Are there any players that I recognize? No. Oh. $17 goals. That's the top score. Okay, solid. Pretty solid from them. Squad. Let's look at them. No. There's not any players that I recognize. They're all in their mid-20s, I would say. Okay. Do have some young players. Okay. But they would need a lot of investment to compete with PSG. To compete with Dembele, Kvaratskhelia, Donnarumma. Ooh, Mbappe is so close to scoring. How did... No way Sevilla missed that chance. Salas, Kike Salas. What? You missed that? Paris FC is basically Espanyol for now. If you got the funds, then yeah, they can get better. Once the funds come in from Louis Vuitton and Red Bull, they should be able to compete and go head to head. No, but not only that, they would need like a couple, as you said, 4 to 5 years of massive investments, them buying, the caliber players to compete up against PSG. If that's the plan, if that's to say, hey, we're going to be competing for PSG, then I understand that. But if they just want a team to be there in Paris, and simple as that. Hear me out. Buy Neymar, Paris FC with name and PSG. That's what Thiago Motta, Silva, Zlatan did. They gave PSG a chance. I mean, but if PSG, they offer them what? A galaxy? A mansion per week? With all that money? Turn on the fan as well. It's getting hot in here. Oh, but that'd be interesting. That'd be interesting to see what happens. Oh my guys, have you guys seen the Julian Alvarez goal? Oh my goodness. Nah, that goal was disgusting. That was a crazy free kick by Julian. Oh my, that's what I'm saying. If show us, let me go right here. Julian Alvarez. Let me find it. What a free kick. Is there a photo of it? I'm not gonna be able to. Okay, so I'm only gonna be able to share just so right here, it takes you from there all the way top ins. Obviously, I can't share the video and everything, but look, have the goalkeeper. That's pinpoint accurate. Pinpoint accurate right there. Wow. It can't get more top ins than that. If you're being, What a goal. What a goal from Julian. Man, I'm telling you, if Barcelona had the money. If we had the money. uh, Lamine cutting in his left. There we go. Kid Wonder. Not even Casillas stopping that? No. Neither Valdez. No one is stopping that. Brother wasting his career in Atleti. Both short. See, the move was brilliant. I think by Julian. I think he suits Simeone to a T, but they're not gonna win trophies. I know you wanted to leave Man City because you were being overshadowed by Haaland. You're not gonna be starting. You want to be a starter. 100% true, but man, if you only waited a year or two, you could have literally had Barcelona right there waiting for you. Frankie and who else coming on? All right. When you look, he's only going to win a Copa del Rey at max if both Barça and Real mess up. But that's rare. Balde? Is it Balde? I saw Frankie Young come on for Pedri, rightfully so. You give 45 minutes to Pedri. Balde, yeah. Yeah. So Frankie Young and Balde come on. Gerard, Martín, and Pedri off. Okay. I think those are solid moves. Solid. I like that. All right. Let's get it.
Come the end of the summer.
Sorry, Stuart, a necessary change, of course, for Villarreal. Maybe they wish they'd thrown on Thierry Barry just before half-time when it became obvious that Jose Perez could play no further part because of a hamstring injury. Young striker will go into the attacking role. The referee waits for the signal. All games, of course, kicking off at exactly the same time this Sunday evening in Spain. Villarreal chasing 5th place in La Liga. If they can beat Barcelona, they're assured of it. Otherwise,
oh, the highline is all sorts of messed up.
Beating Betis. That game is 2-0 at half-time. Barcelona's next target is 100 goals for the season in La Liga. They're now scored 99.
Raphinha coming back and defending. Just fouls Pepe here. Big diagonal. Just broke the offside line. Balde was tucked in, so Raphinha had to try and get back.
Throw-in.
But I'm sure there would have been a big inquest at half-time. Why didn't they make the substitution? If Jose Perez had a hamstring, there was no way he was going to come back onto the pitch.
Pepe digs it to the near post, takes a little flick. Barcelona defend well. There was Raphinha.
Ah, so close, Gavi.
Too much for the energetic Fermín Lopez.
So close. Who do you think is getting called up from Barça?
Just joining us, you see the
Lewa, Lamine, Raphinha, Frankie, Cubarsí,
actually touched the ball.
Pedri, Ter Stegen.
Gavi. Here goes Barry, his first touch. He had an opportunity.
Koundé's injured. Marca's a little injured. Well, coming back from injury. Fermín is also a shout. Fermín. 8 players. Inigo.
That was a big chance.
He was called up last time, but yeah. Throw in Inigo.
Villarreal have designs.
I think Gavi is getting called up.
The top 5. There are 5 places, of course, up for grabs in the Champions League next season. But if they finish in the top 4, the money men at the club would be very happy because that would ensure that they head to Saudi Arabia
Araujo as well
in the winter for the Spanish Super Cup, which is worth several million euros.
Christensen in Denmark. Okay, so basically 10 players. 10, 12.
On this.
I think Spanish Federation are banning Inigo. Apparently he was waiting. Yeah, he was wearing the Catalan flag and everything.
Athletic Club are currently tying 0.
I mean, if they're not going to bring him on for that, I mean, you do you. I'll take it.
Try to mix it up a bit, Stuart. 0-0. They're drawing.
I'm perfectly happy with Inigo not going to the national team.
Garcia. Fermín Lopez.
Perfectly fine with that.
Weaves his way through. He's had a tremendous game in midfield. Raphinha. Big stretch for the substitute. Balde had gone out of play.
Yeah, he got the timing all wrong with that one, didn't he, Raphinha?
Ansu.
No chance so far for Ansu Fati to make an impression. I would suggest his days at Barcelona look numbered.
Well, of course, did head off to Brighton in the English Premier League last season, but didn't really impress. He is on a contract with Barcelona to 2027. But I think they're hoping that he can go resurrect his career elsewhere. 49,500
Okay.
in celebratory mood.
It's a shame that Inigo was never given a chance to represent for Spain during the early years. But even then,
Top performance from Pedri.
you had Piqué and you had Ramos. No one was going to displace them. No one.
Villareal, the player that was brought down. Seen too much of Comansanya, the other midfield player.
That was a centre-back duo for, what, a decade plus? Post-2018. Oh, post-2018?
Bayana, the creative types in midfield. Defensive duty.
Who were the centre-backs? It was Laporte and who else?
Hasn't really got involved in the game at all.
And Pau Torre, was it?
Away past Cubarsí, get a second stab.
Oh, what a
Ball
pass.
through it. Stegen stands his ground, it's flipped over it, and there is Comansanya. He goes into the Barcelona penalty area.
What a goal.
Put the frighteners on them.
Well, there it is again. If you make the right run and the ball's reversed back into the space. Of course, they're having a look at it at the moment. Comansanya, good finish as well.
Yeah.
It over.
Able to chip Ter Stegen.
Here it is. He times his run. He comes from deep.
That's onside.
Good. Yard or two onside.
That's a great finish.
Timing of the coming up to play offside.
Okay, 2-2. Pau Torres, Laporte, Eric Garcia were the rotations for Spain.
And they're back in the game here. Good pass from Pino. It's amazing over the course of the season that more sides and more teams haven't broken Barcelona's offside line on a regular basis.
Well, it's because Barcelona have some of the best defenders in the world, and they're one of the best teams in the world.
How we haven't seen
Well, he
much of
hardly
him,
touched the
Stuart.
ball.
There we go.
But what a
It's easier said than done.
He answered your pep talk. It's official. He scored the equalising goal. Who else would you like to inspire now?
you.
Some may say I've been too involved in the game. Cubarsí. Fermín Lopez of the second time. Barcelona have to bite back. Raphinha.
Good try. Casado and Ferran are getting called up as well.
Gavi.
Oh, wait.
Balde.
Do you think that Ferran is called up with that surgery, though? Minor. Casado as well?
Inigo Martínez spreading the play.
The last two balls out to Yamal haven't been good. One from Raphinha, that one from Inigo Martínez. One under hit, the other one slightly over hit. Can they play out from the back with quality here? Almost.
Lewandowski.
Okay.
That one great chance in the midst of the first.
Appendix
half to
only takes 3
make his
to 4 weeks of
transfer
healing,
talented.
but he's going to be benched
100
anyways.
has been sitting
What's up, Van Lee? Ter Stegen is finished. What am I watching? I mean, Van Lee, that's old news, bro.
last 5 matches that he's played.
Sky is blue. Water is wet.
He's still 3 behind Kylian Mbappe in the Pichichi chart.
I mean,
A game and a half of the season to go.
those were goals that, you expect to concede.
Scoring another one today.
Thoughts on
It's 10 men
always.
Sevilla.
I mean, Martínez, always. Always. I trust on the World Cup winner. World Cup winner. Yeah, it's impossible to stop that. That's not why I'm going to blame Ter Stegen.
Yamal.
Ah,
Welcome
so
across.
close.
it was
So
Raphinha
close.
who's just a couple of steps
If
away.
I'm Barca, I go after
I wonder if he was
Martínez.
just worried about the post here. But he might dive forward with his head. He might have got there had he done, but look how close he was to the post.
Seems like he's heading to Man U. Really?
There's another example
I think that'd be a
where
terrible
Gavi
move.
or De Jong
That'd be an
up at
awful
centre-back
move.
because the fullback's pushed in, Balde. So too Inigo Martínez pushing in against Pepe to win the ball.
Oh, Frankie.
Fermín Lopez. Balde
No.
into the area. Pinballs.
Vibu? Yeah, he's leaving Aston Villa.
Walked it out. Foul. It was a brilliant save anyway by Luis Jr., but the whistle had gone.
Barca's looking for a younger keeper. Yeah. That's the only reason why I wouldn't bring on El Dibu.
Many regard as
Go after Jong since he's much younger. Now, wait, hold on. Master of the Dark Arts? Maybe he can't be affected by curses?
Was to be an offside.
Uh,
Than we imagined.
I don't think there's a more clutch keeper than Vibu.
Where Cubarsí got through. That was the ball out to Pino. That's what the referee was indicating. There's two looks at
For Barca to win the UCL, we need
possibilities.
a clutch keeper.
That is the table as it stands.
You look at Alisson, you look at Courtois, you look at Sommer. You know, just examples. Donnarumma. Joan Garcia Espanyol can't say shit when we give them 30 mil. If Barca have the opportunity, go after Joan Garcia, man. Do not let... Marmartavili just left.
As Leganes and Alaves are both leading in their games. Yamal.
Marmartavili is going to head to Liverpool.
By Cardona. Papagay getting instructions from the coaching team of Villarreal. Martínez to Balde.
24 years of age as well for Marmartavili. Oh, my. So much of Man United business hinges on Wednesday's game. They're in such a terrible spot. Yeah.
Yamal.
They're close to relegation.
Raphinha.
Oh, and they're in the Europa League final. Small club Real Madrid can't. It's 9 men now? No way. No way it's 9.
De Jong makes it look so easy in midfield. Threads it to Raphinha. Raphinha cuts it back. Lamine Yamal came in on the blind side.
Ah.
There's Parejo.
9 men.
Baena.
Oh, come on.
Pepe does have pace. Toe to toe with Balde. Over the head of Cubarsí. Big ask here for Barry.
2 players sent off. 9 versus 11. Nah, if you're...
Walks it out of defence, but a little bit casual from Barcelona.
If you're Real Madrid,
There's no doubt he kept it in here.
bring on Victor Munoz, bring on Dani Ceballos.
No problem.
Take off a defender. There's no need to play 4 in the back.
Gonna see another
That's
substitute,
crazy.
As you mentioned, Papagay will go into a midfield area.
It's a tough tackling central midfield player.
9 versus 12 is diabolic. I like what you did there. So I like what you did there.
Taking the pace of,
They have a chance to play UCL as well, being 16, 17.
seems to run out of
Football
gas.
heritage for Man U.
Here's the finish. She is dinking
Why is Tech's
over
wife
to
making his
Stegen.
decision? Man, I think you should leave on a high note.
Have to get that absolutely
If,
right.
if you're Szczesny, I think leaving could be fantastic. You leave, you live on a high, you grab your cigar, you're smoking on the beaches of Spain and everything. You're chilling.
To Parejo.
3 trophies next to you,
More
relaxing.
of a holder as Pereira is more of a
Think, hey, I
player.
came in, I did a job, back into retirement. I cashed in a nice little paycheck. Well, I mean, I understand why he wants to stay, but Because like when Barcelona
game, the last three
is playing like this,
finished 5-1.
there's no one in the world of football that can replicate the feeling. Barca becomes football incarnate. It's a reference for the entire world. Doesn't get better than smacking Madrid 4 times. Not only do we beat Madrid 4 times, it's the way that we do it. Playing this way of football.
Sigh of relief for Getafe supporters as they're leading against Mallorca. That will be enough to ensure they're safe for another season in La Liga. Fermín Lopez, good defenders. Play from Logan Costa.
Either Spurs or Man U wins. Arsenal's the real loser. Imagine everyone being in a in a final except Arsenal. That's funny. Man City in the final, even though they lost. Man U. Oh, Lamine. Oh, Lamine. Oh, Lamine. Man U, Spurs in the Europa League final. Chelsea in the Conference League final. Who am I missing? Best league in the world. A lot of them are generational bottlers. I expect Madrid to step up next season. Yeah, I expect Madrid to play better. Crystal Palace wins an FA Cup. Newcastle wins Yes. Chelsea can potentially win the Conference League. Facts. You're telling me that everyone around you is winning. And Arsenal, you can't even get a Carabao Cup. You can't even win that. You can't win an FA Cup. You can't win a nothing. Nothing. What is this? Year 5 on Arteta and 0 trophies. Will the Rashford deal be sweeter for us if Man U make or miss the Champions League final? How do I see it? I don't think the. I think if Man United win the Champions League, no, if they make it into the Champions League and they win the Europa League final, I think that's going to be a positive because that's going to be a boost of income. I don't think they're going to be as desperate for the funds. But I still think that they're going to be looking to get rid of Marcus Rashford. If Man U miss out on Europa, they have no leverage. Crystal Palace is also a London-based club. It's a horrendous year for Arsenal. Every year in which you go trophyless is like a horrendous year. If Arsenal wants to be a big club, that's a mentality they have to be thinking. Rashford really gets pride from their hands. I want that deal to happen. Man. Because he's a player that a lot of people they are doubting him. They think that he's finished. He could generally be like an Anthony, at Betis. And hey, if he doesn't work out, send him back to Man U. Simple. You just got him on a loan.
He wants to let go.
The likes of Pablo, Torre, Ansu, Fati, Iñaki Peña may well be the third choice goalkeeper. Victor, players that haven't got as many minutes this season, may be seeking challenges elsewhere. And they want to tie a few down to contracts. Here is Alejandro.
Balde, what is that cross? They're still the better team, though. Arsenal was a joke.
No longer can Barcelona compete in the transfer market. There's been a great pipeline of players coming from La Masia, the academy, to the first team. Here's the product, Lamine Yamal. We're sad to see yet another injury to Yeremy Pina. He's had so many in his.
Man, you feel for him. Pina's talented. Rashford suits more La Liga because of his speed and physicality. He ain't that bad of a player. It's just that PR made him look bad. First of all, I want to see Rashford outside of Man U and outside the Prem because hey, he's had flashes of oh, in front of me. Take a. What's that shot? Marcus Rashford, he has been showing signs of brilliance in Aston Villa. The thing is, he's what? Injured at the moment?
Trying to close Fermín Lopez down.
Let me see. Rashford. Yeah, he's injured. I expect him to be back late May.
We are going to see Tayon Buchanan, the Canadian international striker.
He doesn't look happy at all, does he?
Man, you feel for Peña.
Pino.
So a centre forward and a centre half coming on. Buchanan at 9. Taking the place of Pino. And Willie Cambuela, who joined from Manchester United last summer, will try to shore up the defence for the last quarter of the game.
In 17 matches for Aston Villa this season, he's had 4 goals and 5 assists. I mean, not the best return. But hey, who knows? Anything can happen. Anything can happen. In our system, he would kill it. Just think about it. Just think about him on the left and Lamine on the right. Marcos Asensio is the one that has had a resurgence. True. Based on the past 3 years, do you trust Deco's top talent ID? See, I think Deco is a hit and miss at times.
Gavi. Raphinha.
He's he's the one who heavily wanted to bring in Raphinha. He struck gold with that one. He heavily wanted to bring in Victor Roque. It was a miss. You know, it wasn't done brilliantly by Deco.
Lamine Yamal. Some power in that, but Luis Jr. with the full view.
Just quickened up the play, didn't he, with that little 1-2. Played around the pressure. This occasion he just hits through the back of the ball. Because the ball was slightly off the ground. More difficult to then you whip on it.
No foul, no foul. He loves South Americans. Well, some of the best talents in South America. Diaz ain't it. I think Diaz would be the profile of Raphinha. I think if you give me Luis Diaz 40 mil, I take him. I take him for 40 mil.
Gavi. Garcia.
Now, 80 mil? No. No shot. I just want a ball carrier who can ball strike and dribble. I want us to be able to completely stretch the attacking third. And older Lewandowski would need more space.
Took a risk there, but overran the ball, then ran into Garcia.
A left winger is what needed. Simple. You have a guy out on the right in Lamine Yamal. You need the same thing on the left. Same thing on the left. It's part of the business. It's a hit or miss scenario. It's normal.
Means outside of the front. Had to come a little bit further than he thought there. Luis Jr. to box it away.
I prefer Luis Diaz over Diaz, 2 injury prone. So, Seven, even if you use like 30, 40 mil, you wouldn't take that? Lamine is taking 5 to 8 shots a game. Lamine is improving every single game. Well, let me refrain from saying that, but next year could be scary for the opposition. Scary hours. Scary. If Lamine improves his finishing, woo! Because that's the one aspect of his game in which you're thinking he could do a lot better there.
Barcelona looking to score 3 goals in the game for the 34th time this season.
34th time scoring 3 more goals. That's basically the entirety of the season.
And he's assistant there.
Gives it away.
Oh, unlucky. He goes right back. Nice, Inigo. Good work.
Walks it out of defense.
Nope. Okay. Okay. Liverpool always low-key rip us off. True. Absolutely scammed us for Coutinho, man. Hey, but we got Luis Suarez, though. So.
Gavi was screaming for it. Got a little later than he wanted. Comisaña closes him down.
Once he took that first tap, the shot really wasn't on. He had to work the ball again, Gavi.
There is Gavi. Martin Lopez.
Lamine. Ah, change the keeper. I can see Lamine Yamal overtaking Messi when it comes to appearances. I don't know about that. Lamine would have to be great for what, 15 years?
In the game against Atletico Madrid. 4 nils in the 67th minute.
I'm not gonna lie, our price with Lamine, Raphinha, and Diaz would be scary.
Villareal are in 6th place. Villarreal in 5th place with a
Yeah,
one round of the season to go. Betis need to win.
that's true. Appearances? No. I know.
Balde.
Having to overtake Messi in appearances would mean that he would be at world-class level for 10 plus years. That's not easy whatsoever. To play that many games for Barcelona.
Cute pass to Raphinha.
Good try.
Entertaining. Approved by the manager.
Hansi,
Go out there and express yourself, he tells his players.
bring on Ansu Fati. Bring on Pablo Torre.
Too big a touch on this.
The guy already has 100. Yeah, he does. He does. I think what, he just needs another like 600 to go. How many appearances does Messi have for Argentina? Messi. Messi has 765 appearances for Barca. Bro, he needs to what? Have, look at that, 2004 to 2021.
There you go. Players get together.
That's 17 years of the club.
Temperatures
Almost 2 decades.
on the Spanish
Bro,
land.
as much as Lamine, yeah. You've had 100 appearances, great for you at 17.
Eastern time on the
You need to be at this level for what?
Bielefeld and Stuttgart
Another decade or two?
fighting that one out. Just give me the ball, says Lewandowski.
Hey, but he has the talent for it. He has the talent for it.
To improve on his 40 goals he scored this season, to close the gap on Kylian Mbappe at the top of the Pichichi.
What's funny is that we get Rashford, you beat it on Trent's wing, English versus English.
He was a little paternal in midweek. I don't know if you saw the images of Hansi flick, but in particular when Martin...
Lamine is 17. As long as you give him the right coach, he would have a long career.
He was hanging on to his shirt.
I mean, there's tons of factors to keep in mind. It's, hey, is he gonna remain injury-free most of his career? Is he going to maintain his performances? Is he gonna stay at Barcelona? You never know.
He had been nicknamed the oldest swinger in town, I think.
How many appearances has Ronaldo had for Real Madrid? I'm assuming it's like 600, right?
Martínez comes a long way. Is fouled by Peña.
No, Ronaldo.
Yamal.
He's had 438.
The outside of the left boot hasn't worked for him.
So he's had 438 appearances for Real Madrid.
Good left foot that he's got.
Look at that. He had more goals than games.
They're going to do their own Mexican wave inside the stadium.
Wow. How many total appearances Ronaldo had? Is that like 1,000 matches or something?
I think it's fair to say the game has slightly drifted in this second half. Not quite the same intensity that we saw for long periods in that first half. Hence, we're going to see some substitutions now. Pau Victor and Hector Fort.
Well, 2 young players who have been bit part players this season.
And we're still waiting for a Lewandowski goal. We're still waiting for a Lewandowski goal, man. And that pretty much confirms it.
As a replacement this season.
Mbappe winning the... How has Real Madrid not scored? They've had 2 players... Sevilla have had 2 players sent off.
Still on 99 goals.
How?
Barcelona. And Eric Garcia has put in another excellent shift at right back, and Hector for.
Ow.
Only, remember,
2009, 2018 have
gets some playing time.
438 appearances and the most goals is crazy work. Yeah, Ronaldo was a beast, man. I would love to have Jurgen Klopp as a coach. I think Jurgen Klopp, he's confirmed that he's going to be retiring, no? Or is that he's not going to be returning to management? I think Nagelsmann should be the one after Flick. Hey, Joan Laporta, huge fan of the German coaches. Huge fan.
Barcelona, the organization.
I don't think that Jurgen Klopp is going to return to coaching.
Sacking one of the legends, Xavi, the manager, looks perplexed.
Lewandowski going to be mad? I mean, it is what it is.
Investment in the playing pool.
You need to give playing opportunities to your youngsters.
Danny Olmo. But Hansi Flick came in, and how he's rejuvenated this team, this club. An evolution, if not a revolution.
Well, not just the tactics, but he embraced the young players. Said that these players I've got here can do things. We will be a good side.
Who would you want to coach Barca after Flick? You'd have to wait and see who's available in the market. What new coaches come in.
There's a chance.
Because I love Jurgen Klopp as a coach. If he's available in 2027, all for it. Mbappe just scored. No way, man. As I call it. You know, that could be an option. Nagelsmann, I've always been a fan of. Lamine. Good try. Those are two players. Hansi, Joan Laporta also wanted Tuchel. I don't know about Tuchel though. It was scummy for life if he doesn't get that 100. Give me at least 4 years of Flick, then Nagelsmann should inherit because he's similar to Flick. Out on the slot. Okay. See, but I want to see more of Slot before I say, hey, you know, I want him to be. Oh, nice, Cubarsí. I want him to be a replacement for. Oh, Raphinha, take a shot. Close. Terla. No. Just Terrace won't be here.
Brilliant interception by Cubarsí.
Ter standing, Ter statue. He won't be here by then. Then Fabregas after Nagelsmann. Bro, it's crazy how football can change so quickly.
A good first half has run out of steam a little bit. On comes the veteran striker.
Xavi round 2.
Moreno.
Nice, Frankie.
Those Villarreal supporters have seen him in the last 8 matches.
Get Gavi right there in the middle, by the way.
Kylian Mbappe has scored for Real Madrid against the 10 men of Sevilla.
9 men.
He's now 4 goals ahead of Lewandowski. Gay has to be very careful in there.
Fabregas has a good talent ID, and he is tactically innovative. Fabregas might be a bit soft. I don't want Arteta anywhere near this project. No. Arteta, no. See, like some of these Spanish Barcelona fans just drive me insane. There's some fans that saying after Flick bringing Arteta. What? Bringing Arteta, who's won 0 trophies at Arsenal with what 700 mil invested. You telling me you want him out at the club? It's a worse Xavi.
Little touch from Fermín, and the goalkeeper has to be decisive, just taking it a step ahead of Pau Victor.
I also like Bournemouth's coach.
Firm ball played by Raphinha. Difficult to control for Fermín Lopez. Didn't he fell for Pau Victor? Quite sure why Raphinha wanted to play it so firmly.
Buchanan, 45 caps for the Canadian national team.
9 men to score. Golden boot over Gyökeres.
For Villarreal.
At least Xavi won the league. That's what I'm saying. Xavi won 2 trophies, won the Supercopa de España and won La Liga in his first full season. And in the season in which he was trophyless, he was sacked. You think Arteta is going to survive? Iraola is cold, but needs to join another club to build up his reputation more. No Rafa or Lamine for 3 months. True. Not going to be playing in the month of June. Hey, preseason starts in July, though. Players are going to have like a month and a half off.
Move together. There's another chance to break the offside line.
Great work, Cubarsí.
What a tackle.
What a tackle.
1v1 against Barry. Slides in, wins the ball. Excellent.
You forget. Okay, he's
Oh.
the young man comes to Buchanan, sticks at his feet, but he finishes. A major goal for Villarreal. And a little reality check for the champions, Barcelona, who may be facing their first La Liga defeat of the year 2025.
Well, we said if they get
Who slipped there?
moves, they get their passing right.
Wait, was it Inigo who
Can
slipped?
score another, and they've done just that.
Iñaki and Torre should have started, let's be real. Yeah.
It's a simple throw-in. Don't defend it well. Form's got to recover. They're outnumbered in the box. Couple of touches. Gavi's trying to get back there. Balde
This goes right across Balde.
pick up Gerard Moreno, but a good finish from Buchanan. To Stegen coming across, and then just lifts it beyond the goalkeeper.
Well, a big moment, his first goal in La Liga.
Ooh, awkward for Ter Stegen right there. Ter Stegen, ciao, ciao. Right there, Ter Stegen should have done better.
Will it be a winning goal? 10 minutes remaining in the Olympic Stadium.
I'm so Ter Stegen of Ter Stegen. And what's Van Lee, I'm telling you this. Spanish Barcelona fans in Barcelona think that Ter Stegen is the best goalkeeper in the world. They genuinely believe that he's the best goalkeeper in the world. I have no idea how they're blinded by that. Like I think it's like they're doing it on purpose at this point.
Closing the gap on there.
They love him.
Club as well. There's Raphinha. Balde. Martínez.
He just came back from injury, but yeah. No, but even then, like, I'm not taking this game and saying, oh, Ter Stegen out because of this game. No, I'm saying it because Ter Stegen has been awful in Europe for, what, 6 to 7 years. If you can't make basic saves in Barcelona's crucial matches, then I'm sorry. I don't care what you do in the league. I don't care if you have an amazing league performance.
This is not what he wanted.
Because again, when it comes to sweeper keepers, Barca can really be disorganized defensively, and we need to work on that. Yeah, that's true. But I mean, at this point, like Barcelona, they're just vibing.
Balde. Yamal. A rare air kick from the youngster. Here they go again. The masters of the counter-attack, Villarreal. It was Gerard Moreno leading the charge.
That's just crazy. As a Spaniard, I confirm Jesus Grace Surgeons love by Catalans. Mats is a club legend that needs to leave. It's time for Joan Garcia. Super keeper because we usually get street when he plays. Guys, I want you to go and watch the first. I can't believe I'm saying that, but when you watch the Anfield game, when you watch the goals that we conceded, 3 out of the 4, any top keeper saves it. It's not where like, oh my God, this is like a banger. No, this is just a simple tap-in, a simple header that Ter Stegen gets a hand to it, but can't make a basic save. Ever since then, I was like, get Ter Stegen out of my club. Even against Roma, guys, the goals that we conceded, oh my goodness. Ter Stegen, he made up for it in the league campaign. You're thinking, oh my God, Ter Stegen's back. Ter Stegen's back, you know? This is the Ter Stegen that we saw in 2015. No. He says, hey, hold my beer. Ever since then, gone. The game versus Inter proved by point. It's important to have a world-class keeper. Madrid are cooked. Look, Courtois asked him with Dibu and Fati with Oblak.
Decisive keeping from Luis Jr.
A top goalkeeper wins you games. Win you games.
The change for Barcelona. And this will strengthen things. In many ways, he's still on the comeback trail. Gavi, remember, had a year out after an ACL operation.
Roma Manola's goal was out of nowhere. Everyone was caught off guard.
That he was before his injury.
No, NJ. When you look at the goal, I believe it is the goal that Dzeko scored. I'm sorry. What are you doing? No amount of gaslighting will convince me that Ter Stegen should stay for another year. No amount of gaslighting. Hector 4 is all looks, bro. He's only good for brand deals. Not let me see a product. I think a loan would do him tremendously well. Ooh. So close.
Expect him to score when he fires one of those.
So close. I think Hector 4 desperately needs more game time. I'm with you. Mats needs to leave. Yeah. Bring in Joan Garcia. Bring him in. Even when nothing is on the line, Ansu Fati does not get minutes.
He was probably played his last home game for Barcelona. The club have told his agent that he's probably better if he heads off and tries to extend his career elsewhere. Yellow card for
Olmo. The guy speaks Catalan, don't need to acclimate because he's a shot stopper and super keeper.
Now, can they put it to bed here? Is Gerard Moreno good feet?
4.
No.
That
should have been finished.
That should have been 4.
Was, well, free, and the odds were stacked in his favour.
Well, how easy
it feels good watching your team without stress because no matter if you win or lose, just love it for the love of goals. Yeah.
Reminder that
there's nothing on the line. Zero stress. Stress-free.
Wrap it up next weekend.
Enjoying it.
Barca and Athletic Club. Real Madrid.
Watch Barcelona field the strongest possible lineup.
The pressure as things stand off Villarreal, who will be assured of a top 5 spot. He's facing the
Ford needs to play.
Liga defeat since
Either Sporting or Benfica just need to build up that game. I'd like Hector Ford to stay in La Liga. I'd like for him to be in a La Liga team. Stay in La Liga. What is that?
In this game is that although they've had most of the possession, certainly looked like scoring, but they've also looked so vulnerable to the counter-attack. I think Hansi Flick will do some work in the summer. Not on the personnel I'm talking about defensively, but just make sure the offside line and when to recover. Just improve that slightly for next season.
Balde. Was an uncertain clearance. De Jong. Balde. Raphinha.
Oh. BO3 shirt? No, this is Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. It's like for a dojo near my neighborhood.
De Jong.
Oh, Frankie. Oh, close.
Easier for Villarreal to clear that
Just like what they did with Carreras. Yeah, yeah. My comment has to be looking forward. This auto corrected, bro. It looks like, yeah, I know it does. It looks like a Black Ops t-shirt, but then when you see like right there, no. Rafa Ballon d'Or charge. It's just the thing with Raphinha, his Ballon d'Or charge at the start of the season, it was performances. You know, yeah, he was the best player in the world. But as the season progressed, it was a matter of him being clutch and him being the G8 magnet rather than his performances being great. Raphinha, hey, he got the goals, he got the assists, but he was not playing well. And when you have Lamine Yamal right there, who's just absolutely, you know, creating magic every single time he touches the ball, it goes to him.
Here's Lamine Yamal. Good defending, Logan Costa. They've done well defensively.
I think Lautaro, really?
Barcelona.
If he wins the double, I fancy Napoli to win, you know? Would you rather have Williams than Coutinho?
It's a big win for them.
Thomas, in that situation, I think what's going to happen is Coutinho is going to play in the 10 and Nico Williams at times is going to play out on the left. That's what I think is going to happen. As much as I hate Inter, I need them to win next Saturday. I can't have them barely win the Golden Ball.
Free kick. You would think, as he's won the free kick, Lamine Yamal, they will give him the reward of 10.
You're in a lose-lose situation. Inter win, they go up to 4 UCLs. They're the team that knocked Barcelona out. Never want them to win, especially with the way they play football. PSG despise the club, oil club.
Well, 6 minutes has been
don't want them to win.
To the game. Last season, 2 goals
so
in this fixture were scored.
We all back in Inter. I'd rather lose to the Champions League, and that's. Hey,
get revenge for that?
I personally, I hate both teams. I'd want both of them to lose, but I'm saying PSG win it because I want the narrative that the first season that Mbappe is not at PSG, PSG do the treble. Simply because there's one specific guy that reps him, and I want to see the reaction after that.
A little bit too high and a little bit too wide.
I want Inter to win it because of Barella. Baller. He's a baller.
Take anything away from Barcelona over the course of the season. They have been a joy to watch. We've had some great individual performers like him, like Raphinha, like Lewandowski in the first half of the season. Pedri. The centre-backs have played their part.
PSG and
Szczesny coming in.
Lamine Yamal sees the gap, goes for it. It's Foyt who gets in the way. Barcelona chasing this. They have 4 minutes to avoid only their 6th defeat of the season. Their first in 2025 in La Liga. They're throwing everything at Villareal.
I don't know about everything. How the fuck did Inzaghi put Chanaloglu from a left wing camp to CDM? Play so good. Yeah.
Raphinha over everybody. Hector Fort retrieves it. Celebrations at the end of the game are going to belong to Villarreal, who are heading into the Champions League next season.
That's insane word.
For Marcelino and his men. They've become a very good side, haven't they?
Absolutely. It's a town of just 38,000 people.
Oh, Gerard Moreno to score. Oh, Cubarsí says no.
Cubarsí steals it, sets Barcelona on their way. Substitute Danny Olmo. He's just bullied off.
Foul. Put Eric as a left wing then, if that's the case.
He's down there, bossing his players around as if the title depends on this.
I mean, I think that's a little bit of an exaggeration
That was a
from
big
the...
chance, I would say, for Gerard Moreno, if he used his right foot.
Martínez comes across to Stegen. He's returned to the goal, has conceded 3. Pau Victor playing the part of Lewandowski. There's only one, Lamine Yamal. Full speed ahead, tries to tease it in, hits his own man, I think, there.
Well, he certainly opened up the space for himself to get the shot away.
In the UCL final, I won a penalty shootout, and then Balde slipped and put the balls on the move, Inter wins.
Score the match-winning goal.
I saw Barcelona, this guy does not play like an Italian defender. I said it about...
Made the right run.
Great ball through. Cool-headed defending from Logan Costa, who's had an excellent game.
Meh. Even Bonucci and Kylian even said it. Bastoni, what a talent, man. What a centre back.
Stateside in the summer in the FIFA Club World Cup. Hansi Flick will be happy that his players can spend time with their families, rest, recuperate, recover, ready for next season as Real are globe-trotting. This is Cardona. Moreno. What is the rightful cry of
Campione, campione.
Around the Olympic Stadium. They are worthy champions. Huge gap between themselves and Real Madrid. Maybe it closed a little today.
Oh, what a season. Well, I mean, that's game, boys. Barcelona lose 3-2.
Have punished Barcelona for their defensive lapses.
Yeah, I mean, it's true. I mean, it's not a game that really matters too much. Barcelona just trying to have fun and everything. Villarreal qualified for the UCL. Congrats to them. They get the victory and everything. But that was our last game of the season. The last game in the Montjuïc. Next season, we're going to be back in the camp now. Absolutely cannot wait for that. Hopefully you guys did enjoy the watch along. There's not really going to be match reaction. There's not much to talk about. Yeah, it's not a perfect way to end off the the last home game, but doesn't really matter. Shame undefeated season. Well, undefeated 2025 because we did lose and then the season throughout. Well, it is what it is. But overall, that was our last game. Yes, it was our last game in the Montjuïc. Last game in the Montjuïc. Barcelona will be heading back. The last game of the season is in San Mamés against Athletic Club, and next season we'll be back at the camp now. So absolutely fantastic. Hopefully you guys did enjoy the watch along. Just vibes, hang out, and everything. As I said, there won't be a much reaction as there's not much to talk about. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. See you guys all in the next video. Peace out, guys.